Hi there and welcome to this video where I will be using Blender to create a SketchBlock texture using the new features in SketchBlock, just really to demonstrate two programs for Amiga OS 4 which I'm involved in, one I've ported and one I've written from scratch, which is SketchBlock. Okay, so we're starting off by opening up Blender. As ever, get rid of this block and replace it with a plane. Then we're going to press 0 to bring in the camera, select the camera, and then switch that, wrong button, switch that into orthographic so there's no perspective. Press 7 to get that top view and shift 0 to lock the camera to that view direction. Then zoom in a little bit. Now we're going to go into the scene area and change the dimensions to 600 by 600, so square. Then right click the plane, press S to scale, and just scale that out till it fits in the outside dots, just outside of them. So now we've got that will render full size. Quick check with F12 just to check that it's going to fill the entire screen properly. Yep, that's what I want. Right, I'm going to move the light source across to the top in the middle. Press G to drag it. Or, well, maybe. There we go this time. Drop it in the middle. Now we're going to change that light source to a hemi, just so I've got an even light. Do another quick check on that. So you've got a nice even coloured light over the thing, so there's no shading effect in the final texture. Right, now select the plane again and then create a new material. Switch that to flat because it'd be easier to work out. I want to add a texture, so we go to the texture slot over here, add a new one. I'm going to use a Veroni type. Now I've got a bunch of settings which have worked out were ideal for this, so I'm just going to put those in. We'll switch this to Minovsky. I'll leave that at default, scale down to about 5 and a bit, size down to about 1.6, give or take, doesn't have to be that precise. That one's the same, this one goes down to -1, that one goes down to -0.6, and this one to -0.34. And that gives us kind of marbledy texture effect, little pebbles maybe you could call that. Right, so we're going to render that out quickly. Oh, right, okay, so that's still got the horrible pink colour default, so we want to get rid of that. So go back into the material, choose the map 2 slot, we want that as well, and then set that to black. And then when that renders out, that looks absolutely bloody horrible, that wasn't what I wanted. Turn that off. Ah, here we are. Okay. Not sure. Right, now I'm just going to render that out and see what it looks like. Yep, that's about what I'm looking for. So as soon as that's done, if it's ever done, here we go. We'll go into the scene again, set save to ping, and then save the file rendered image as, put it in the RAM disk as a temporary file, and just put it over text ping, which happens to be a previous attempt. Right, now we've got what we need from Blender, so we're just going to quit out of that now and clean that up. We're going to go into SketchBlock, start SketchBlock up, dump main project, and then open that texture thing that we just created. Okay, we're going to do now is going to shrink this by half. Where we are, scale and resize layer, divide that by, no, just by 2. And now I'm going to convert this to an alpha map. So we go to layer, color to alpha. Now that's quite even, so what we want to do is to maximize the range of alpha. So we're going to go into the script window. We're going to run a script called normalize alpha, which will analyze the thing. It will take a little while, and then it will maximize the range of the alpha channel. Right, while that's doing that, okay, that's quite quickly done. Mainly because I remember to halve the size of it first and flip it horizontally. Then I'm going to go into the move tool and do like that. Then I'm going to merge both layers and expand so you get one layer, and I'm going to flip that vertically, duplicate it first of course, and then flip it vertically, and then again move tool and expand, merge the two together. So now we've got one symmetrical texture which should tile fairly nicely. Right, so now I'm going to export this project as a ping, saving the alpha channel. I'm going to put that in the textures drawer, which I'll just show you there because that's still stuck in. This is the top level and the text drawer is in the middle there. I'm going to call that, I forgot what the name of the thing is, Voloroy.ping. I'm not sure if that's the right name, but as long as I'm consistent, that's all that matters. Right, now to make that into a texture, we need to edit our texture scripts, add a new script. So I'm going to duplicate one of the existing ones. Just type properly would help. And then edit this, updating the names of the various files. So we're going to call it Voloroy. And then I'm going to use Voloroy and then Voloroy. What this script does is just use the names of the textures and the texture layers so that you can load, you can switch textures to previously load ones or load on demand. But not by, and you don't have to continuously load the same layer twice. So now we're going to add that to our menu. So go into the settings, edit, choose menus, pull up, it's down the bottom here. There's the texture menu section there. So click on that one, just do a quick copy of that one, just to add a new item. Call that Voloroy. And then put that in there, and then name that the file, proper file name, Voloroy, and save that. Now when we bring down the menus, we should see it there. Right, now let's just clear away this project. Okay, a new one, just plain white background. Switch to a brush, let's get a reasonable one. Just switch on the outline so you can see the brush, and then make it a bit bigger. So draw in that brush without the texture enable. It's just like that. Now we can load the texture, still like that, and what we do is you use texture there, and then when we do it, you see you get the texture turning up in the under the brush stroke. Just noticed that the mapping hasn't quite gone right on the. I must have got my flipping slightly wrong when I made the texture tileable, but the idea was there. So now the brush, whatever brush shape you use, can create a texture, and it builds up over the thing, and you can switch it to a relative stroke, which means that when you use the brush, the texture starts where the brush note starts, so you get a less even and less repetitive stroke. Just dump all that, put a new one in. So just do a bit of colour, a bit of different colour there. So you can see now you've got a texture effect under the brush, and a couple of other textures that are pre-made. There's a canvas texture. There's a wooden floor texture. Should make it a wooden colour. Let's get rid of that. New layer in. So you can see the wooden effect there. So you can use these textures to improve, particularly the canvas one. If you're doing a digital painting, you can use that on the first layer. It gives a more realistic effect in a way. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and please do like and subscribe thing on the channel, and check out my software on Amistore, and check out my music too.